thanks for tuning in to another episode of Vegan Persian Cooking with me. Today I'm asking you the question, what is something better to eat and to make than some pickles in wintertime? So today I decided that I'm going to show you how to make Persian pickles. We have different varieties depending also on your region of the country, but today I'm going to show you a specific one called Torshi Bandari, which is from the south of Iran, and it's a little bit more spicy, which is more my taste. So stay with me and I'll take you through it. So for today's recipe, this is what you'll be needing. I have 2 heads of cauliflower that I've chopped up already, like so. I have 2 large eggplants, 1 pepper. I chose an orange one. You could do half of a red one, half of a green one, or you could do 1 full whatever. You just want a pepper. I'm gonna do 1 onion. I have 2 chilies. These are the spicy ones, so you don't have to use these. These are optional. I have 4 small carrots, diced tomatoes, so there's a little bit of juice and the tomato pieces are still in there. We have 300 milligrams of white vinegar. I have 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. I'm using coconut sugar. You can use regular sugar if you like. 1 teaspoon of turmeric, and I have 2 teaspoons of tarragon dried. You can also use fresh. 2 teaspoons of dried cilantro, 2 teaspoons of dried mint, 1 whole clove of garlic. This is 3 teaspoons of tamarind paste, which will dilute down with everything else. I have 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, and this is 1 teaspoon of celery salt. And I've washed and also sterilized my jars ready to go. For me to sterilize these, I've washed them and then I've also boiled them in hot water for a few minutes. And I'm just trying not to touch the rim or the inside too much. Alright everyone, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to cook down your eggplant. So I'm just making some marks with my knife onto the skin just so it can breathe on both sides. And I'm going to, once I've done that, put these in the oven for about half an hour at about 300 degrees depending on your oven. You don't want to like overcook it, but you want to make sure that it's nice and soft and it'll just roll off the skin. So next what you want to do is you just want to chop everything up based on your own preference in a pickle. So I like it very small, and I think the Persian style is like very small, but you can also just go larger if you feel like it. Alright everyone, so I've chopped everything up. I don't know why this is with Torshi, but I've heard that every time you chop things, you just gotta lay it out to dry properly. So I'm gonna just let it sit for half an hour to an hour. Okay everyone, so I've cooked down the eggplants. As you see, they're ready now to be gutted. So what I'm gonna do, and they've cooled down for like a few minutes, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut them in half like this. And I'm just gonna gut them with a spoon out into a bowl. I'm gonna add the vegetables. Okay, adding in the cauliflower and the onions. I've put them in the oven just for a little bit, just so that they loosen up. You don't have to do that, but I just thought that I should. And I'm just gonna mix it in a little bit. And then slowly we wanna start adding in the ingredients. First I'm gonna add the tomato, then I'm gonna add the tamarind. And once you add the tamarind, you kind of have to add the vinegar. So I'm just adding in a little bit of vinegar, and I'm just gonna stir the rest of this out. Add a bit more of the vinegar. This is smelling so good. Gonna add the cumin, the coriander seeds, and the celery salt. You know, if you have a bowl that's bigger, that probably helps. I just don't. And then slowly adding in the turmeric and the tarragon. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm making this. It looks so good. Little by little, gonna add the mint and the cilantro a little bit. And lastly, I'm just gonna add the salt and the sugar slowly over. Okay, so here we are. This is, I think, more or less ready to go now. It looks so beautiful. I am so proud of myself. So I'm just gonna jar it now and I'll show you how that works. I think in the jarring process, I might add a little bit of vinegar. And I think around here you should taste it and see if you need to add a little bit more salt sometimes. Sometimes you find that it's a little too sour, so I just added a little bit of sugar if that's the case. And just go with your own taste and trust your instincts. Okay everyone, as you see I've packed them up all in jars. They're like a little bit reddish brown color. I think it just needs a little bit of vinegar top up. A little bit more on each one, just so that it's like sitting in vinegar. And I think that's it. I'm gonna pack them up and leave them in a cold, dark place. So I'm gonna leave them in my fridge, but if you don't have room, just put it in a closet somewhere that's cold or something. And you wanna let it sit for about 2 weeks before you serve it. Technically, you can eat it now, but I think if you let it sit for 2 weeks, it'll be so much better. So just make sure when you're packing them to just clean the rims and wash your hands so nothing gets contaminated. This is really good with rice and any Persian dish. Really, I love to eat torshi, and this one's a spicy one, so if you like spicy food, this is my jam. It's tomatoey, there's a bit of tamarind, tomato, and like spicy. It's really good. So thanks for watching, and I hope you make it, and if you do, please let me know. Thanks again, bye.